What day is it?
Snow day. Hey, it's actually the day after snow day. Well, actually, I guess today is snow. I don't understand. So it's Monday. Everybody's at home playing in the melting snow. Hopefully, y'all got to hang out yesterday and play a whole bunch. I am ready to go in my ski jump mode. Right. So I played outside a lot yesterday. Had a great time today. Not haven't been outside as much because I don't know, it's muddy, and then every time I go outside I have to clean my dog anyway. So um, so I haven't gone out that much. Anyway, so check it out. We've got we have a common assessment coming up, dependent on your your school, I guess, because I know that some people from different schools watch these too. So um, common assessment's coming up. Let's see here, Thursday and Friday. So I know it's been, especially if you're in my class, it's been a weird unit because I missed several days at the beginning, and then I missed the whole week before Christmas, and then obviously we're not there today. So it's gonna be a difficult test. The only thing that I ever ask you to do is to just try. It's all you got to do. If you try and try and try, then it'll become a habit, and you'll just try at everything. So, anyway, so there's going to be I guess 4 videos. I'm going to do 5 questions on each one. Okay, and if you're in my class, if you write all this stuff down and then you submit this review, then you get 100. All right. So number 1, Raina has a jar. Raina has a jar that contains 6 green marbles, 3 orange marbles, and 1 blue marble. She draws a marble at random. She replaces it. That's very important. And draws a second marble. What is the probability that both marbles are orange? So if you're not very good at visualization, there's a jar. It's got marbles in it. There's 6 green ones, 3 orange, and 1 blue. 3 orange. That's ugly, sorry. And 1 blue. Okay? So this girl, Raina, is going to reach in, grab a marble, and then replace it, meaning put it back. She's going to do this twice. She wants to know what's the probability that both are orange. So how many marbles are in there? There's 6 green, 3 orange, 1 blue. That is 10 marbles. And how many of them are, let's see here, what is it, orange? How many of them are orange? There's 3 of them that are orange. Okay, so she pulls it out. She gets it. She puts it back in. So we're going to do it a second time. How many marbles are in there? There's still 10 because she put it back in, right? How many are orange? There's still 3 because she put it back in. So now at this point, what do? We just multiply these 2 probabilities, okay, which is fairly simple. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, so it's 9 out of 100. So if the question asked you, what is it as a percent? Well, 9 out of 100 is 9%. 9%, okay? Or 9 out of 100. Number 2, excuse me. Lindsay's tennis team consists of 9 6th graders, 15 7th graders, and 12 8th graders. If one member of the team, it's on the screen, if one member of the team is selected at random to be a captain, what is the probability that the captain will be an 8th grader? So I already know that there's 12 8th graders. I don't know the total amount of teammates, but so how can we find that? We can just add up the 9, the 12, and the 15, the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Well, 15 and 9 is 24. 24 and 12 is 36. So there's 36 athletes. Okay, so 12 out of 36. So what is the probability that the captain will be an 8th grader? There's a 12 and 36 chance. You can also simplify that because they're both divisible by 12. And find out that there is a 1 in 3 chance. And some of you know what 1/3 is as a percentage. It is 33.33. Remember, if you take $1 and break it up between 3 people, you end up with, or $100 and split it up between 3 people, you end up with $33.33 each, with 1 penny left over. But so 1/3 is 33.33 That's one that we just need to know. Number 3. So I read this question earlier. I don't 100%. I think it's the one. Well, I don't 100% understand what it's asking, but we'll just talk about it. A spinner is shown below. 15% of the spinner is blue. 50% of the spinner is red. 35% of the spinner is yellow. If Tyra spins the first time and lands on yellow, what is the probability that she will land on yellow on the second spin? So is the probability going to go down? So the first time, let's just think about it. Yellow. Actually, you know what? I'll just write it on the spinner. So this is 35%. This is 15. And this is 50. Let's think about a coin for a second. So you got a coin and you flip it. What's the possibility that it lands on a heads? It's a 1 out of 2, right? Okay. So we're going to pick that coin up again. We're going to flip it. What's the possibility that it lands on heads? It's still 1 out of 2. All right, so let's think about this spinner. She spins. If Tyra spins the first time and lands on yellow, what is the probability that she will land on yellow on the second spin? So the first spin is 35%, right? Which is what, 35 out of 100? 35 out of 100. Okay, boom, it lands on yellow, right? That's the first time. So she's going to spin it again. What's the probability that it lands on yellow? It's still 35 out of 100. But it's going to be different to land on yellow 2 times in a row, right? Just like the heads, to land on heads 2 times in a row, the first time, yes, there's a 1 out of 2 chance. The second time, yes, there's a 1 out of 2 chance. But to do it 2 times in a row, there's a 1 out of 4 chance, right? Because we multiply those 2 together. So you have to just multiply these 2 together. We can multiply now, sorry, and then simplify. Or we can simplify now. I would rather simplify now because we all know that simplifying kind of sucks. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said that on a BISD YouTube channel. I apologize. Anyways, so let's simplify now. They're both divisible by 5. 35 divided by 5 is, what, 7? And 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 7 out of 20 and 7 out of 20. They're both 7 out of 20. Okay. All right, so 7 times 7 is 49. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 zeros. So a 49 out of 400 chance. I guess the only thing that it could be divisible by is 7. But I'm not real sure, so let's check that. Let's see if 400 is divisible by 7. I don't think that it is. But we'll give it a shot anyways, because what else do I have to do? I'm kidding, sorry. 5, 7, yeah, no, it's not. So it's 49 out of 400 chance, okay? Number 4, come on, there we go. Number 4, Kaylee played a Kahoot. There were 35 questions, of which she answered 13 questions incorrectly. So incorrect was 13. The total was 35. At this rate, remember ratios and rates? It's a while back. At this rate, how many questions should Kaylee expect to answer incorrectly if she answers a total of 175? So bottom is the total, so just do 175. So can we get from 35 to 175 just by multiplying by something? I honestly don't know. If we estimate, 35 times 2 is 70, right? 70 times 2 is 140. And then 35 more than that would get you to 175. So I think that's about 5 times. Let's try that real quick. It has to end in a 5, so 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15 plus a 2, 175. Whoa, times 5. So all we have to do is multiply the numerator, or the value on top, times 5. 13 times 5. Should be able to do this in your head. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 3 is 15. It should be 65, I believe, but let's double check that. 5 times 3 is 15. 5, 6, 65. So how many would she, how much could we predict that she would get wrong? 65. She would get 65 of them wrong. Alright, we're back to Raina. Alright, so Raina has a jar, number 5, Raina has a jar that contains marbles. 6 green, 3 orange, 1 blue. Okay, if you can't visualize this, I got 6 green, 3 orange, I'm going to put a dash there, 1 blue. Okay, what's the probability that 2 randomly selected marbles without replacement, it's important, right? We talked about that in class, are 1 green marble, then 1 blue. So let's talk about the green. How many marbles are in that jar? There's 10. 10 marbles. How many of them are green? 6 of them are green. Okay, so she's going to pull it out. She's not, remember, we assume that she gets a green. So she got a green. She's going to set it to the side. She's not going to put it back in there, right? So now she has to pick a blue. How many marbles are in that jar now? Don't forget, she's not putting it back. She's going to set it to the side or put it in her pocket or whatever. So there were 10. Now there's only 9 marbles. How many of them are blue? 1 is blue. Okay, 1 out of 9 chance of getting a blue. So we can multiply now if we want to, or we can simplify 6/10, which is very simple. Just divide by 2. Let's do that. 6/10 divided by 2, 3/5. 3/5. Some of you may see right now you could cross simplify if you want to also, but we'll just skip through that. So we end up with 3, and 5 times 9 is 45. Okay, 3 does fit into 45 evenly, so we're going to divide by 3, divide by, ooh, that's ugly, divide by 3, you get a 1 in 15 chance. A 1 in 15 chance of drawing a green marble, not putting that marble back, and then drawing a blue. Okay. Rock on. Just do the best you can. What I really want you to do is try some of these on your own. Don't just like follow along what I'm doing. That's what we would do in class. But alright, next video will be 6 through 10. Excuse me. It's time for me to go get on the lift.